Is there another shoe line out there at all that has 41 consecutive models? I don't know if there is. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we're taking a detailed look and breakdown on these bad boys right here. This is the Nike Pegasus 41. I still can't believe that they're at 41. That's kind of crazy. That in and of itself is like a high five moment. My man. But are they any good for performance? Well, that's a great question. If you wanted a full-on performance review, make sure that you hit the link down below in our description box. It'll head you over to WearTesters.com, and that's where we got a ton of other performance reviews, not just basketball. We've got all kinds of shit. We're talking about running, training, golf. It's all there. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you head over there, check it all out. But as far as a casual perspective goes, or just a overall breakdown of the shoe, you want to know what the tech is like, I'm your guy. The outsole is a spin on the waffle outsole. Obviously, that's Nike's heritage. It's their tried and true traction pattern as far as running is concerned, and they've implemented it in a way to where it's more of a stretch web type of pattern. All of the white portions that you see are no rubber. Either it's a hole cutout, it's a literal splice or slice, or it's just a full-on gap, just non-existent and everything. That keeps weight down. That also keeps your range of motion high, so it keeps the fluidity, or while you're in motion, a very like smooth feel. It's all pretty standard stuff, especially for modern running. Now, as far as the cushioning is concerned, the midsole itself is Nike React X. They have used this foam before. We do have a video on it. It was when it was debuted, and it was unimpressive in my opinion. I used that shoe a lot and I didn't like it at all. This version of it feels a little bit lighter. It feels a little bit bouncier on top of that, but the React X foam is not the only thing in there. There's actually a heel and forefoot Zoom Air unit. And if you needed a visual, it quite literally looks just like this. So this is the Zoom setup that's within the midsole itself. And in the heel specifically, super bouncy. In the forefoot, just bouncy enough to where if you're a forefoot or midfoot runner, that you're gonna like this. This is one of those shoes. It's like, ooh, man, these are comfortable. You do have a slight rocker effect to the shoe, so when you're in it, the heel actually will feel like it's rolling you into the forefoot. That's again for just optimal range of motion while you're using these for their intended purpose. If you're just walking around and stuff like that, doing your grocery shopping, I'm sure that you'll get used to it eventually, but it could be one of those things where if you're not used to it, it's gonna be an interesting feeling. You're gonna be propelled to walk a little bit faster. Now the insole is this guy right here. It's not a bad insole whatsoever. It's a very dense foam, so this right here is gonna last a little bit longer than the very light blue fluffy stuff. On top of that, it gives you a decent amount of step and comfort. So longevity wise, this is a decent insole. It's not a great insole, but it is completely removable. So if you don't like this and you wanted to add in anything else, something that has a little bit more torsion rigidity maybe, because the shoe itself is probably lacking in that department, then I would go ahead and do that. The upper is engineered mesh. I'm used to this material. They use it a lot in their basketball products. However, in the running product right here, it just feels a lot more free. In basketball, they have a lot of TPUs and glues to keep it like structurally strong for basketball movements. And in this, running is just a linear sport, so you're not doing those same type of movements, so they're allowing that material to act a little bit more free. It's almost like a sock around your foot. So again, much like all the other stuff that we already talked about, it just keeps the fluidity, or while you're in motion, a very like smooth feel and fluidity within your stride, instead of hindering or making you feel like you're wearing something that shouldn't be on there. I personally think that it's really comfortable. It's fairly breathable as well. Durability, it's going to really depend on how harsh you are on your sneakers. But again, if you're wearing these casually, they should be good. At the midfoot, or the lacing system right here, we've got what would be considered traditional eye stays, where they're kind of like a loop. Something that you can't see though is that when they are folded inwards, they actually do go down into the footbed a little bit. So they act like fingers. They really keep you onto the footbed when they're all laced up, so it'll kind of feel like that, which I think again is a good move. The tongue is comfortable as well. It's not a thin plastic tongue or anything like that. It's all fabric and everything, so the whole thing just kind of feels like a sock. It feels awesome. And then one of my favorite features when they use this scoop in the heel, where it goes away from your foot so that you're not getting any heel chafage or Achilles rub and stuff like that within your shoes. Sometimes, like the ones that have the what was it, the React shoe with the knitted collar, I hated that, man, and that chewed the fucking ever-loving out of my heels. It was awful. So having something like this where it cups your foot in a way to where it still will be secure on your foot, but then moves away while you're in that motion stride, again, good move. Now, as far as fit is concerned, they do fit true to size. Whatever you typically wear in your running shoes, that's exactly what I would order. Fun fact though, they are gonna come in extra wide. So if you're a wide footer and you wanted to run in something like this, there's gonna be an option for you, and it's about time. Sometimes Nike just does not do that. But I'm not a wide footer, I'm just a normal footer, and this is the regular version, so not the wide version. And they feel good. They feel like they're going to allow for enough toe splay and things like that, so not make your feet go numb. I don't know if you ever experienced that in running, but it sucks. Now, with all that being said, do we happen to have question of the day?
Yeah, I'm gonna paint a picture for you. You've laced up your Pegasus 41s,
all right,
or you've moved your Crocs into sports mode, and your house is now on fire. In the East Wing is your Holy Grail sneaker.
Do we even have an East Wing?
In the West Wing is your Holy Grail comic book.
I don't think we have a West Wing either. We live in a moderate-sized house.
You can only save one.
What did you say? I was thrown off by the East Wing and West Wing thing. I was like, did we get rich all of a sudden? What happened?
This is for everybody.
Okay.
So on one side of the house is your Holy Grail sneaker.
Okay.
On the other side
assuming
of the
that I own it.
Yeah, on the other side of the house is your Holy Grail comic book. Everybody that you love as far as pets and spouses, children are out of the house safely. You can only save one. Which one are you going for? And you will never be able to replace.
Why?
It's part of the question.
Well, who wrote that? That was a dick move, bro. Come on. You could replace both of those things.
No, according to this one, you cannot. It says all other people and animals are safe and you can never rebuy your Grail.
Can I look at it? Like I can at least like see it in the shop and just... Because my first thought was like grab the shoe, because those are harder to find than comic book issues. Like you can always find a back issue somewhere, you know what I mean? But then if you like restrict me from buying the comic book.
Yeah, you can't.
That's what I mean. Can I at least go into the comic book shop and just look at it once in a while?
You have to put on white gloves.
Well, they're already in plastic.
So you're only gonna look at the front cover?
Yes. What do you think I do with those things? I don't reread them.
Why not?
Because they're fragile. That's what the novels
Hence
are for.
the white gloves.
No, they stay in the plastic. They stay safe.
So you're picking the sneaker?
Probably, yeah.
Do you know what sneaker it would be?
No, because I don't know what my Holy Grail that I actually own is. Honestly, both of those things are like the last things I'm thinking about. And I know that you said that everybody's safe.
Okay, then that leads us to another question.
Okay.
What would be the one thing where you're like, I'll never be able to have this again? What is your this is us moment? You can save in the photo albums?
I don't know where they are. So that would be a hard thing for me to find.
Yeah.
I died looking.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, I guess I would, like, you'd see me try to drag out that X-Men arcade one-up cabinet. Because that was expensive. If that thing goes, I'm not buying it again. You know what I mean? Like, so you'd just be, you know, that'd be slow going. I'm probably just not a good person to ask this about. Like, what would I don't even know. I'd really want to make sure that I was wearing underwear. That's the main thing. Like, I just want to make sure that I'm wearing clothes. Because that's the part where, like, what do you do?
Oh, I know.
You're going to be in pajamas for, like, however long that the insurance takes to take care of your business? No. But what about you guys? If there was a fire and everybody was safe, can I omit the East and West Wing? Like,
I just meant like they're like on polar opposite of the house.
just say you can only pick one.
No, I'm just saying like it's not like, oh, I put my Holy Grail comic book right underneath my prized possession shoes on a shelf, so I'll just grab both. No, they're on totally complete opposite ends of the house.
The funny thing is that that's true. Is that my comic books and my toys, or not my toys, my shoes are in two different areas. Maybe I should move them together.
Maybe.
But yeah, sound off below. Let us know, what would you pick to grab inside your house? I'll just keep it simple and take with you, like real quick. The one thing that you feel like, I can't live without that. With all that being said, sound off below, let us know what you think about the Pegasus 41. Do you think it's impressive that they got to 41? And on top of that, if you've tried these out already, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Do you think they're super comfortable? I personally do. I think that they're hella bouncy. I don't know if that's what everybody wants in their shoes, but if it is, this might be a good option. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.